Let's read it. The Sun has undergone a complete field reversal, with its north and south poles changing places as it marks the midpoint of solar cycle 24. A reversal of the Sun's magnetic field is literally a big event.
You see, we're starting with the constellation of Leo and the constellation of Virgo. Now, Virgo should be blacked out because there's people or orbs coming from that constellation, so it's blacked out. If you go to Google Skies into Virgo, you'll see it's like somebody put a piece of card there or something. That one's blocked out. And the constellation of Leo, they're saying what they call it is Nibiru, but I think it's more of a huge rock that comes through the orbit because it was part of this orbit.
A startling and never yet seen weird and freakish object with 6 tails has been captured by NASA's Hubble Space Telescope in our solar system's asteroid belt between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter.
So that also goes back to the temples, goes back to the pyramids, because the pyramids, like they say at one time, because the catastrophe happened and it covered up the pyramids. You know, that's why you only see a little bit, but when they dig down, there's more. Easter Island, same thing, there's more down there. So all these things happen at one time. It happens fast and quick. They're mimicking Orion, the constellation Orion, the 3 stars. So, and Leo, which is the Sphinx, which is right next to it, is telling that when these line up, that there's something coming from Leo.
It appear as tiny points of light. The designated P2013 P5 has 6 comet-like tails of dust radiating from it. Even more amazing, its tail structures changed dramatically in just 13 days as it belched out dust. That also caught us by surprise. It's hard to believe we're looking at an asteroid. In astronomy, where you find one, you eventually find a whole bunch more, Jewett said. This is just an amazing object to us, and almost certainly the first of many more to come.
When you're connecting the minds to become one now, you're connected to Creator. That's the tree of life, huh? That's in the universe. It's called the cosmic tree, huh? And what it is I'm connecting your mind. You understand that? I'm not offering you $1 million. I'm connecting your mind to Creator. That's what Scully Gohan. There's a wampum belt. All the people are standing there and all their minds are connected. That's what Scully Gohan is. That's called the cosmic consciousness. Raising the people, see, to the same level as you with your words. I know it's a lot of broken up stories, but once you get the full picture, the door opens. Huh? And that's when you have sanctioning, huh? On earth. That's the creation story. It's medicine, huh? Knowledge is a medicine. That's what a medicine man does. He feeds the people, huh? Sustenance. That's what the dead go listen. I even had Mark Leonard come right here. Archaeologist, come right here, try to interview me. Why does he want to interview me? I'll explain why. If you study Egyptology, it's called the flower of life is underneath the paw of the Sphinx. That's what you call the Stargate, the flower of life. The Book of the Dead. Now you guys always heard me talk about the Book of the Dead, huh? All the time. And it was here. That's why I don't go out there and get involved in casinos. And to me, this is more important. And this is what a lot of people can't see, huh? The United States is under King James. And there was no room for us in King James, the gods. Huh? The Vatican, Europe, they've never been able to sanction the sword and the stone to this day. You can see it happening all over the world. I posted on, yesterday, it was lightning struck the obelisk in Washington. You see that? And the Statue of Liberty. And I put it along with all those other lightning strikes. So to me, it's global what's going on. You know what I mean? And it's because of the time we're in, huh? Like I said, the master plan was, while everybody was dancing in darkness here, they ran down to Tehuacan, 1996, trying to open the door. While we were indulging, you know what I mean? Drinking in millions and millions of dollars, huh? Our new kingdom, huh? There's the serpent in the basket and the flute player. Here's the flute player, the Arab guy. That's you in the basket. He's playing the flute. If he can show you rise and you fall, who's the law? That's called Little Indian in a Cupboard. He's just going to show the world, wow, here they are. Cigarettes, alcohol, tobacco, firearms, drugs, you name it, casinos. Takes the flute away, then you fall. He was just trying to prove to the world, mankind is in ruling the world, not the gods. Huh? And I told Myron, I said, Myron, if they get that connection, we're finished. In other words, we're no longer connected to the universe. That's the thing that they wanted, because they adopted our Constitution, and they have the wampum belt called the mat, but they didn't have the spiritual connection to what? The universe. They had one chance to pull this off, you know, one chance, and it didn't work. So that means they got no sanctioning after 2,000 years. Like, at least say the right thing at the right time. All that matters is you said something. Myra would always say, they don't understand. I really don't care if they don't understand. At least I said it. They were informed. You know, it's one thing to learn this. It's another thing to just sit there and not do anything. So if you said it in public, you're not responsible, you understand me, of what's coming though. It's big. And you see it happening. You see the earth crust displacement happening all over the place. Fires breaking out. That means they have no sanctioning. The Temple of the Sun had sanctioning. Even though it's only a handful here and there left, you know, the true believers, it had sanctioning. Meaning the light would shine down on creation as it did in the beginning and well to end.
That's that connection. That's that.
And once you have that connection,
I don't know how to explain it.
when you have that connection, it's also in the stars, but it goes further than that. It goes all the way back to what you're saying, or with the universe. Everything is connected.
No, each peg represents a chief of one of the 5 nations. Okay, and when a chief dies, this peg comes out. See, there's one missing, and then it goes back in when the woman finds the next chief to fill that position. So each nation is like that. And when all these pegs are in, it adds up to 50 chiefs. So, of course, we have 9, and then it goes to the Onondaga. They have 14. Because Tatadaho, they don't call him a chief. He's the spiritual advisor. So, and in this cave, they use to do their meetings and stuff. They walk to the center of the floor and they get canoe. And they do their ceremony, like a ceremony. You become chief because you lose that name that you had, your regular name that you get as a baby. And they get this other name. And that's what all these symbols represent. And that's the type of name that they get.
This form right here is form 10.001, and you can just go right into the internet, and you can find this form, and it's approximately 140 some pages, 138 it might read, and that's divorce from the U.S. And in this form instruction, it walks you through step by step your Social Security, and it tells you about what's going on with the Social Security. And when you click into some of these blue, the blue sites here, there's further explanations as to some of the terms that are being used, and in reference to what's going on in this whole process. So it's just a matter of downloading this form. There's another form that'll lead you to. But it gives you everything right in here, and you can read it for yourself, and like I said, it's self-explanatory. This program is with a lot of terminology and trickery with terminology. So there's little things like even how you would even the words you would use to define yourself.
Things that make you a citizen, it automatically brings you under that 1924 Act, meaning if you have tribal membership, you're automatically given citizenship as a U.S. citizen. So in order to have your sovereignty, you have to stay in the canoe and stay out of the ship. So you can't have sovereign rights and still have a status card, because the status card is federally recognized.
People say that the barcode only includes the vital information, your name, your age, stuff like that.
Yeah.